Good morning everybody, Happy New Year, welcome to 2024 on the channel. I've noticed a lot of you don't actually subscribe to the channel, so I'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe. It actually would help me out a lot. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. So today what I'm going to do is address one of the things that I didn't really like about the WRX system, which is the polished chrome tips. I know you can buy different colored tips for these sort of cars, but I just don't want to spend all that money. I might actually end up changing the exhaust later, so I just don't want to invest all of this money into it and then change it. So today what I'm going to do is pull those exhaust tips off and show you how to actually paint chrome tips. As well, what I'm going to do is address the Android screen that's like this big on our giant iPad screen. I found a fix for it, and I might even do a few other small things. Let's do it. So first thing I'm going to do is rough up the chrome tips themselves. If you have too shiny a surface, the paint will never really adhere that well, or it won't last very long. So what I'm doing here is I'm using a wire wheel, I'm using some sandpaper, and I'm also starting to use some sort of sandpaper on a rotator. This Dremel was really handy. It took a lot shorter amount of time to get all four of the tips all sanded up and ready for paint. Alright, VHT roll bar and chassis, no primer needed, and rust and corrosion resistant. And it is 250 or 121 degrees Celsius rated. The exhaust tips aren't going to see over 120 degrees Celsius unless there's something very wrong. So that's pretty much going to be what's cool. I got black, and as well too I got some masking tape because I just don't want to paint overspray everywhere on the exhaust tips. So let's get home and I'll start to mask those up. Okay, first layer is on, and don't worry, I am not going to make you watch paint dry, even though that's kind of what this video really is. But while that's drying for the first coat, I just did a really light first coat. I always like to just do like the smallest amount, because if you just go too hard, you'll start to get runs and that sort of stuff. It allows a little bit more on the second coat for it to bond. So while I wait for that to dry, I'm going to now address the Android issue with the small screen that I was talking about earlier. It's a huge issue for a lot of us VB WRX owners. If you don't have an iPhone, which uses the whole screen, the Android just has this tiny little bit that it uses, which is really annoying if you're trying to like look at it. So yeah, I found out a way how to do it, and let's go look into that now. So yeah, now you can see the full screen is being used, which is really good. You can add in a bunch of extra on the bottom, which is really good. Yeah, this has just really made it better. And you might say, well, Subaru's probably going to come out with an update like this soon. One really other good thing about this whole system is that this is now wireless, which I'm not sure why Subaru didn't come out with a wireless option in this. I think they come out in maybe some of the Outbacks and Foresters and stuff like that, but just this WRX anyway, it was a wired system through that USB, so it was annoying to have a cable to run over to my phone quad lock charger. So yeah, now it's completely wireless. I can just plug it in and off I go. So now it's going to be back to the painting. Okay, so I've done 4 coats on the exhaust tips. I didn't show them all because it's just boring watching paint spray. So what I'm gonna do now is I've had the oven preheating for a bit at like 50 degrees. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it off and then I'm gonna put them in there so that they can cure in like a pretty warm environment. But it also doesn't have any like dust and wind and all sorts of stuff blowing at it. So yeah, I'll bring them in and put them in the oven. And now I set a timer for like 10-15 minutes. So I've got them out of the oven now. They're pretty mint, actually. I'm pretty happy with how it went. I'm gonna leave it another couple of hours in the air conditioning. It's really hot here in Australia at the moment, so I am inside in the aircon as much as possible because it's super humid.
6 hours later.
Alright, now that that is all done, it's time to go out for a drive and have a look at how it looks in the sun. Are you keen? What do you think? Cool? So we've come out to the event over in Caboolture for Downshift. So there's some pretty cool cars here. I'm going to be checking out what's around, show you some buttery shots of all of the cars, and yeah, some of the stuff that's out here. So let's check it out. We have a wild Scott from Keep Living the Dream.
It's the vloggers going vlogging. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good. How are you doing?
Mate, I'm actually trying to see it. Look at that, I can come around and upside down. Do you know I don't know how to use this?
Oh, wow.
Look at that, but I'm trying to figure it out. That way?
That's pretty cool, actually. That's a lot easier than carrying around one of these.
And it's got the motion smoothing in it too, so like you can throw it around.
Oh, yeah.
So all the GoPros and all those things have all got that cool stuff in them now.
Yeah, that's the tech.
So,
oh, that's
and
awesome.
Just cheap plugs.
And you got the sound, the road.
Mate, the sound, I'm laved up.
Yeah, nice.
So it's the little thing.
That's right. All right.
Walking around with a light coming off the top of my head soon as well.
Yeah, that's what you want, you know.
Yeah, I'm just checking out all these cool things, mate.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll let you get back to it, but good to see you, mate.
Thanks, sir.